Do you guys see this? This is true love right here. You know, well, I got home from work and it's been a long day. I've slept a total of like 2 hours in the past 48 hours. I had work today. Work was a struggle. And you know, I came home and I was like, shit, I got shit to do. I gotta provide content for my whole biscuits. I can't be a good queen if I'm not giving you what y'all deserve. And my mans was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something to make my baby's life a little easier. So he got me tacos and burritos and hot sauce and limes and everything. He's done a lot of sweet things for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, my fiance is the shit. Like, but it's one of the sweetest things that he's done for me. Be jealous. Just be sad that your fiance is not as good as mine. And that's all I have to say about that. Speaking of significant others who are a little shady, a little weird, a little bit not good, we're here again with weekly Twitter advice. This is part 2, where we see what Twitter has to say about the nonsense. If you missed yesterday's video, don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna have the link in the description down below. I've actually been doing pretty well with that. And also, there's a weekly Twitter advice playlist where you can watch all of the weekly Twitter advice videos. Now, I know some of you might be saying, Skitten, you've been talking about this playlist for forever, but you've never posted the link to the playlist. And to that I respond, you are correct, because I'm dumb. And I didn't realize that you guys needed a link to the playlist to be able to access the playlist. Like, alright, to make it easy for you to access the playlist. But I understand that now, so there will be links to the playlist, if not in the description, then in the comments pinned at the top, so it'll be super easy for you. But with that said, we are on question 5. This is the one where the girl is concerned because the man is still friends with his ex-wife of 10 years. And so she's just like, why y'all still talking? That's my man's. What's up? Like, what y'all doing over there? I'm not a believer that exes should remain friends and be in pretty regular contact. That's a very gray area that can taint subsequent relationships. I feel like that's fair. You have to go with what your gut tells you. Obviously, you suspect something is awry. They spent a decade together, so it seems like they both need time to unravel from each other. He's not ready for a new relationship, so cut your losses. With the Rihanna gift. Peace out, babe. Bye. This one says they could be better as friends and that's it, but what does your gut tell you? Honestly, coming from a divorced woman, I would be very careful with that. When my ex and I first split, he was dating and ended up leaving her because he wanted to try again with me because we were getting along so well. That's not always the case, but it does happen. Be careful. Okay, yeah, that's basically like what I was saying, like, you know, when you are together for so long and then you guys decide to divorce, but then like after the divorce, it's like there's no more pressure to be in a relationship, and sometimes people feel like that lack of pressure kind of like pushes people together more almost. Oh, Vanessa Hudgens, our all-star. I just like drew a star like in the air, like you guys knew what the fuck I was doing. I'm an idiot, I'm so sorry. But Vanessa Hudgens said, I wouldn't be. It's possible for two people to still be cool with each other, just not cool together in a romantic way. Better friends than lovers is what people say. Oh yeah. Okay, discerning the difference between your intuition and your insecurity is something that you have to work through. And I feel like that right there is a word. The difference between your intuition and your insecurity. What is the difference between like your gut feeling that something is wrong with them versus your gut feeling that there's something wrong with you, and so that something must be going on with them? Like, I feel like that's really good. Now, how do you tell the difference? I'm not sure. This lady said that is a word. You Kelsey, are you reading my mind, Kelsey? I'm upset. This one said yes, they're taking a break until they decide they're actually soulmates and want to remarry. This one says yes, first wife here. My ex and I were divorced for years and things were still going on. He met his current wife and things were still going on. She walked in on us in bed and asked if we were still seeing each other. He said no. She still wait, what? What? Hold on. Wait, this is more juicy than the fucking weekly Twitter advice. We were divorced. So they were divorced and still having sex. He met his current wife. They were still having sex. She walked in on them having sex. I was like, yo, what's going on? And he said nothing. And she still married. What? First of all, that man is trash. And second of all, you're trash for letting him do this to another person. Like, I get it. Like, just because y'all are divorced doesn't mean you don't still want some dick. But that doesn't mean like you let him treat another person like shit because you still want the dick. Like, that's not how this works. You sound like a bad person. Like, ugh. Superwoman said, first, if you haven't seen divorce papers, you might be the side chick. Second, if you're not the side chick, you're still not a priority for him to reduce how often he interacts with his ex. Either way, girl, you need to move on to someone who will put you first. This one's in response says, I need to know how often they're talking. I be blowing her off. Is he blowing her off to talk to the ex? And that's a good, and this person says, good question. She said they're talking like they're still dating, which could be daily or several times a day or once a week. It's clearly enough to bother her and enough for her to know what they're talking about. That's crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Wait, a follow-up to the lady who was sleeping with her ex while he was with his current wife, like before they were married. We still talk to this. I'm done. I'm done with you because you trash. I don't like you. Hell no. Let's go ahead and move on to question. This is the one where she agreed to have a threesome like early into the marriage, and now he's over there looking for threesomes without including her. All right, Vanessa Hutchins is the first response that we got. Let's see what nuggets of wisdom she's got for this lady. Any man that you have to babysit is not the man for you. Yes, he obviously desires something that you are unwilling to give him, which is fine. Exactly. And no amount of surveillance on your part will stop that. You may want to start thinking about getting a divorce. Exactly. It is completely fine for your partner to desire something that you are unwilling to give. There's nothing wrong with them for wanting it. I mean, obviously depending on what it is. And there's nothing wrong with you for not wanting to give it to them. But that means in that area, you guys are not compatible. And if you guys cannot find a compromise, there's really not a relationship to save. All right, so this one says, girl, he ain't just out of nowhere suggested a threesome. He probably was talking about that or insinuating it before the marriage and you missed the red flag. However, tomato, tomato. If you're not okay with it, then leave. All right, this one says, side eye, you totally were wrong for continuing in this marriage, knowing you had no interest in what he did, and the fact that you have to watch him, girl, leave for your own sanity, because you gonna miss heaven for all this damn watching. This one says, you obviously have different sexual tastes. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a sign or comment before you married him, but if threesomes aren't your thing, but they're his, you might want an annulment. Oh, this one, from a man, hey. You hardly ever see dudes respond to these threads, which is part of why I like having Chavez so much, because like a dude's perspective is really good. But this one says, alas, you have married a scumbag. As a semi-retired bisexual, this isn't as unusual as one might hope. Either agree to have an open marriage and get a season ticket to the clap clinic, or, my choice, put everything he owns in a box on the left and hire a good lawyer. Good luck! Yeah, everybody's basically the same. Like, shouldn't have agreed to it, but if you can't trust him to not do the threesome without you, then you don't need to be together. So with all of that, let's go ahead and move on to question 7, which is the juiciest of the questions, I personally feel like. And this is the one where the girl, one, was snooping in the nigga's internet history, which she had no business doing, and then she found some shit she ain't like, cause he's into some weird shit and he doesn't want to discuss it with her. All right, so this one says, y'all are in a whole relationship, but he picks and chooses which side to show and which side to hide. No ma'am, leave him alone and go to your nearest clinic and get tested. This one says, oh, he freaky. Either find out that side of him or leave him. Both is an option as well. All right, and this one says, that's snooping and you shouldn't do it. That said, he sounds like a blast. Have fun. This one says, be concerned. He's keeping a part of his life from you. Ask if he shares this with another partner or if he stays solo. Although flavored lotion oh, the flavored lotion. I knew I was forgetting something that would make this a lot more concerning. Damn. Yeah, the flavored lotion kind of makes it seem like he's cheating on you, fam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't notice that the first time. That's so unfortunate. So there's a lot of questions here that are saying encourage him to live in his truth. I feel like the obvious implication there is that homie's gay, which if he is, it's fine, but also like dudes can be into this stuff without being gay. It just might be their sexual preference. Oh, here's Superwoman, who said, he said what he said. He doesn't trust you enough to share that part of himself and doesn't think you can handle it. He's probably having sex with someone else. Now you should take the hint and leave him alone. Find a man who can be himself with you at all times. And I feel like that's the real takeaway. Like whether or not he's cheating, although again, the flavored lotion, yeah. But is that, like, there are no secrets between me and Chavez. Like, we both know who the other person is, and there's no side of me that like Chavez hasn't seen before, that Chavez doesn't know about. Like, you know, he knows about my mean streak, he knows about how sensitive I am, he knows, you know, like how apathetic I can be. Like, he knows everything, and I know those things about him. So, and that's like how a relationship has to be. You guys can't have like secrets, like, oh, like, you know, secretly I'm into this, or secretly I like to do this, like, you know, like, because that messes with the foundation of your relationship, which is trust. So I don't know, I feel like we actually got some good advice this time. I feel like really good, because rather than just like having some super sensational questions, we got like some real questions, you know, like some real questions with real relationship issues. And so I feel really good about like these breakdowns and everything. Let me know definitely what you guys think in the comments down below. I would love to know your takes on everything. And yeah, peace out, Ho Biscuits. It's getting lit.